is my favorite time of the month, and that is for me to make my new monthly TBR. I get so much joy making TBRs, and now I get to bring you guys along. So sit back, relax, get your favorite drinks, your snacks, and welcome to the Cheyenne Show. I literally cannot believe we are already in May. I cannot believe that. Like, time is flying. The year is flying. I'm glad, but then I'm also sad because this year has been bonkers and I'm ready for it to be almost over. But then I don't want the summer to go by too fast because I love the summer. I thrive in the summer. And May, she is that girl. Like I said, I'm very excited to make my May TBR. I've been having a very fantabulous reading year. I've been dabbling into different genres, different authors. So I'm very excited to just see what I'm going to be reading in May. So there are a few books that I do want to prioritize this season, the summer, spring season, and they're basically all my summer books. So I have a lot of books by Ellen Hildebrand that I want to get into this summer, such as Island by Ellen Hildebrand. Then I have Swan Song by Ellen Hildebrand. Then I have The Famous Hotel Nantucket. Then I also have The Summer of 69. And I believe I also have Endless Summer by Ellen Hildebrand. So these are all the books that I just want to get into this summer, because if I don't, I'm not going to read them in the fall or the winter, and I'm gonna have to wait a whole nother year to get to them. And then I also have books by Denise Hunter. I have her Riverbend romance series, and just look at the covers. They give spring summery covers, and so I believe these have to get read this year. And then I also have another book by Denise Hunter. It's called The Summer of You and Me. Oh, here we go. The Summer of You and Me. Definitely need to prioritize this because, like I said, these books will not be read in other seasons, but this season. So to help me pick out the books that I plan on reading in May, I'm going to be using a TBR spin the wheel. I will link it down below. I did not create it. I just found it online, but I used it last month and absolutely loved it. So I'm going to use it again, and I'm going to pick out 5 books for this month. And I can only spin once, but if I don't have a book that matches that prompt, I can spin again. And then also, all the books that I pick have to come off my physical TBR, and they cannot come off my digital TBR, which is quite extensive too, I'm not gonna lie. So let's just get into it. Alrighty, here's the first spin for the first book that's gonna be on my May TBR. I'm so nervous, I don't even want to look. I don't want to look. A recent purchase. Okay, recent purchase. You can actually check out my 24 books for my 24th birthday. Those were books I have recently purchased. So they are basically all right here. And I get free reign. The Summer of You and Me wasn't a recent purchase, which sucks. But you want to know what was a recent purchase? The Island by Ellen Hildebrand. Or was it? Yeah, I think I purchased this from Ollie. No, I purchased this off a book outlet for my birthday. So we can go with that. This is definitely a book I want to prioritize. We could go with, let's see, I have another book that is a summary book that I want to get into. Hello Summer by Mary Kay Andrews. We can also go with The Godfather. I've been really wanting to read this book. I don't know why. I've watched the movies and I didn't even know it was a book. So we can go with that. Any other books that I really want to get into? No, I feel like these are the only books that are a recent purchase that I would like to read. So we have The Godfather again, Hello Summer, or The Island, but I'm really kind of leaning towards my 2 summertime books. So let's see. The Island by Ellen Hildebrand is a wildly successful, smart, and compelling book. Birdie Cousins have thrown herself into details of her daughter's lavish wedding, and like any other mother of the bride-to-be, she is weathering the storms of excitement, chaos, tears, and joy. But Birdie is totally unprepared for the late night phone call from Chess abruptly announcing the engagement is off. I just know this is gonna be good. I just know it's gonna be good. Wow. It's only the first hint of what will be a summer of upheavals and revelations. With chess in a tailspin of despair, Birdie enlists the help of her youngest daughter, Tate, and her own sister, India. Soon, all four are headed for beautiful, rustic Tuckernuck Island off the coast of Nantucket. No phones, no television, no grocery store, a place without distractions where they can escape their troubles. Before summer has ended, dramatic truths are uncovered, old lovers are rekindled, and new loves are forged. The island is filled with heartache, laughter, surprises that have made Ellen Hildebrand's page-turning novels cherished bestsellers. Okay, definitely seems like I want to get into that. I just love Ellen Hildebrand. So next up we have Mary Kay Andrews' Hello Summer, and this is about Conley Hawkins, who leaves her family's small town paper, the Silver Bay Beacon, in the rearview mirror years ago. Now a star reporter for a big city paper, Conley is exactly where she wants to be and is about to take a fancy new position in Washington, D.C., or so she thinks. When the job goes up in smoke, Conley finds herself right back where she started, working for her sister who is trying to keep the Silver Bay Beacon afloat, and she doesn't exactly have warm feelings for Conley. Soon, she is given the task of overseeing the local gossip column, Hello Summer. Then Conley witnesses an accident that ends in the death of a local congressman, a beloved war hero with a shady past. The more she digs into the story, the more dangerous it gets. As an heartbreaker causes trouble and a new flame ignites, it looks like their sleepy beach town is the most scandalous hot spot for the summer. Okay, these books both have like a similar vibe, like kind of a drama. I like that. And I liked it about Mary Kay. She also has like multiple genres within her book, but I think I am going to go with Island by Ellen Hildebrand because just right up my alley. So first book on my May TBR is The Island by Ellen Hildebrand. Already time for the second spin. Let's see what it's gonna be. I don't know. I'm nervous. And it's literally nothing. I don't even know what that says. Spin again. A friend pick? Oh, okay. A friend pick. I'll be right back. Okay, so I just texted my friend Adeniki to see if she is busy. If she isn't, hopefully she can give me a rec. If I was to just go off of what I would think my friends would pick for me, especially like my bookish content creator friends, I'm going to say Dear Debbie by Frida McFadden. I had one content creator friend named Justin. He read it. He liked it. He said Debbie's very unhinged. And then I've also heard a lot of great things about this book too, that it's just very unhinged. And so I haven't read a Frida McFadden in a long time. And I also haven't read a thriller in a long time. So I feel like I could choose this if Adeniki does not respond. But I don't know because she might be busy. What do I do? Let me see if some of my content creator friends are available on TikTok. Or I could do All Sinners Bleed. This was a book gifted to me by one of my content creator friends, and she did ask me to update her once I finished reading it. So okay. So we have two options if Adeniki does not respond. I don't think she's going to respond in time. So these are both thrillers, but not on the same level. So let's see. Dear Debbie. I don't know. I feel like I want to read. She is short and I know she'll be quick. But then I also know that All Sinners Bleeds by S.A. Cosby is just going to be so good. And I feel like I just read Razorblade Tears and it was so good. And I also heard that S.A. Cosby, Razorblade Tears, this book is becoming a TV show. So I think I'm gonna go with All Sinners Bleeds by S.A. Cosby as the friend pick. Okay, we are 2 books down, 3 more to go. We can put Dear Debbie back up on the shelf. I don't know if we'll get to her. Alrighty, let's spin again. This is the third spin. Nature on the cover. Okay. Nature on the cover. Wow. Okay. So nature. So we could do a Christian Hannah book. I have nature. It's like a backyard with grass. We have that. We could do an Ellen Hildebrand. We could do the Hotel Nantucket. She's on, it's nature, it's water. We could do also The Summer of '69. Oh, this is a great one because I have so many natures on the cover. We could also do Dear Debbie. It's a flower on the cover. This is hard. I have a lot of books with nature on the cover. We could do Just Friends by Haley Pham. That book has been catching a lot of heat. Or we could do Kin by Tayari Jones. This is flowers on the book again. What else we have? We could do, this book wants to come out. Very good. We could do Good Animal. Nature's on the cover. And this is like, I feel like deals with family and family dynamics and stuff like that. So I like that. This is a hard prompt. This is a really hard prompt. But I did say I wanted to prioritize my summer reads. And so I think I'm going to go with The Hotel Nantucket by Ellen Hildebrand. So I'm reading 2 Ellen Hildebrands this month. Wait, do I want to do that? I don't know if I want to do that. We could add Dear Debbie back on it because it has a flower. Or we could do Good Animal. I do love the cover of this. And I did love the synopsis of this. So this book is about, about a boy named Everett Lindet. He's set on staying put, rebuilding his family sheep farm, and carving a future from the lands he loves. Then he meets Mary, a new girl in town with restless energy and bigger plans. When their relationship reaches a crossroads, Everett sees life together. Mary, however, is desperate to find a way out. Together, they make an impulsive choice, one that could change everything. Tense, lyrical, deeply felt, Sarah Moore's unforgettable debut breathtakingly captures the ache of first love, the beauty of brutality of rural life, and how one decision can echo through generations and shape who we become. Oh God, that screams me. But then I also know with The Hotel Nantucket, my Libby loan is almost up for it. My Libby hold, I think I've had it on hold for about a year now. So I do know that's important to get to. Guys, I think I'm going to go with The Hotel Nantucket only because my Libby loan is going to run out if I don't choose it. So the third book up is The Hotel Nantucket, and the prompt was Nature is on the cover. Water. Alrighty, now time for our fourth spin. Ooh, let's see what it's gonna be. A book you know nothing about. I usually go into my books knowing absolutely nothing. But it has to be a book I know absolutely nothing about. I want to say we can do A Nearly Normal Family. I absolutely know nothing about this book. I think I just picked it up because, like I said, I love books about family dynamics. So I think that's probably why I picked that up. Or we can do Memphis. I absolutely know nothing about this book. I just picked it up because I saw it was written by an author of color, and I've been trying to read more authors of color. So we could definitely do this book. Let's see. What else do we have? We do have The Blessings of Lost Girls by J.A. Vance. By J. Vance? I know nothing about this book nor the author, but I feel like all the other books, I have an idea about them. So I'm actually going to go with Memphis because I have not read the synopsis. And like I said, I only picked this up because it was written by a Black author. So third book up on the block is Memphis. Alrighty, this is our last spin. The last spin, y'all. Let's see what it is. Highest rated book. Now here's how I'm going to do that because I have too many books. I'm not going to be trying to search up which is the highest rated book. So what I am going to do is I'm going to select 3 books, and then out of those 3 books, whatever one is the highest rated, I'm going to read. So on the TBR, we already have a thriller. Then we have Hotel Nantucket, which is like, I know it's going to be drama-y because it's written by Ellen Hildebrand. I do kind of want to read one of Denise Hunter's, the Riverbend romance book. So I believe this is the first one, Riverbend Gap. I don't feel like I have a true romance novel on my TBR. Is this the first book? I believe that's the first book. Actually, let me search up what is the first book in the Rubber Band Gap series. Okay, so this is the first book in the series. This series is a Christian contemporary romance series. So, like I said, I don't feel like I have a true romance novel on my TBR. And I kind of like romance, which is crazy because I'm not really a romance girly. More of thrillers and historical fiction. But this is a book. This is the first option. Then what else do I want to get into? Is it crazy of me that I actually want to get into The Godfather? I do want to get into The Godfather. I feel like The Godfather is also going to be another option. And then let's see. We could put A Good Animal back up on there because I really thought I like that. But you know what? I want to actually maybe just make this all romance novels. Maybe I don't want to add The Godfather. Maybe I'm going to take The Godfather off and just make it all romance novels. So I'm going to add Strawberry Lane by Jodie Thomas. This is a romance novel. So we will add that. And then, do I have another romance novel around? We could do Just Friends. But I feel like I would already know Just Friends would probably be the highest rated one out of them. Or we can do... Oh, I know which one. But is it a romance novel though? I was thinking about doing this book, Where the Wild Peaches Grow. This book has been sitting on my TBR for a long time, but I feel like, let's see what it says. Nona Peaches Davenport, abandoned by the man she loved and betrayed by family, left her home 15 years ago and never looked back. She forged a promising future in Chicago as a professor of African American studies. Nona even finds her once closed heart persuaded by new love. But that is all shaken when her father's death forces her to return to everything she's tried to forget. Julia Curtis hasn't forgiven her sister for deserting the family. Just like their mother, Nona walked away from Julia when she needed her most, and Julia doesn't feel guilty for turning to Nona's old flame Marcus for comfort. Wow! He helped Julia build a new life. She has a child, a career, and a determination to move on from an old family wounds. Upon Nona's return, a cautious reunion unfolds, and everything Nona and Julia thought they knew about themselves, each other, and those they loved will be tested. Unpacking the truth about why Nona left the family. Unpacking the truth about why Nona left may finally heal their frayed bond or tear it apart again forever. It deals with matters of the heart. It may not be typically like a romantic novel. I could do Lotus by Jennifer Hartman. I believe that is a romance novel. Do I have any other romance novels other than that? Oh, Silly Tricks Are for Kids. The Summer of You and Me by Denise Hunter. This is also a romance novel. So here we go. We will put this back up on the shelf. And then these are the 3 books that will possibly be the 5th book option. So let's see which out of these 3 books is the highest rated. I'm gonna go on Fable to see which one was the highest rated book out of these 3. And let's see. So we have Strawberry Lane. Let's see if this book is on Fable. By Jodie Thomas. Reviews. So it's averaging at a 3.47. Alrighty. Next we have Riverbend Gap. And this book is averaging at a 4.3. Okay, so we already know Strawberry Lane is out. And then the next book was A Summer of You and Me, also by Denise Hunter. You and Me. And this is averaging at 3.88. So the highest rated book out of all of these was The Riverbend Gap by Denise Hunter. So that will be the 5th book on my May TBR. Alrighty guys, we are officially at the end of this video. I'm just going to do a quick highlight again of all the books I chose. So the first prompt was a recent purchase, and I chose The Island by Ellen Hildebrand. The second prompt was a friend's pick, and I chose All Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby. The third prompt was Nature on the Cover. I chose The Hotel Nantucket. The fourth prompt was a book you know nothing about. I chose Memphis. And last but not least, the 5th prompt was a highest rated book, and I chose The Riverbend Gap by Denise Hunter. I'm very excited to get into all of these books, so make sure you stay tuned and follow me on all my socials so you can see what I'm reading in real time and see my reaction to all of those books. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.